Now, let's get into the drama because Jimmy Butler, his first practice with the T-Wolves, let's just say it wasn't great.
Tibbs was the one who wanted him back in practice. He got him. Clearly wasn't quite what he bargained for.
You were loud, emotional, passionate, we like to say, targeting Coach Tom Thibodeau, teammates like Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, that you told GM Scott Layton, you effing need me.
Jimmy's a good player, man, and he wants out. So he went and showed him and get me out of here.
How would you describe what happened today?
A lot of it's true.
Jimmy ran with the third team and beat the starters.
Well, you know what? It's funny for me because I'm sitting there. If I'm the coach and he went off the way he went off, I would probably sit there and go, "Yep, he right. We can't win without him."
That's the problem. Right. 10-year vet Anthony Tolliver said this. He was pausing with hesitation around. That's really all I've got to say about that. Jeff Teague added, "I've seen him." So that's all he said about Jimmy.
The people really want to know what really happened and how did it happen at the practice.
Jimmy called me.
Okay.
He said, "Man, if you could have been at this practice here." They said he came in there after it got started. And they were kind of shocked to see him because I think he was coming off an injury or something. He came in there. He had a Rolex watch on while he was killing people, picking them apart in practice, and then walked off again. It was classic from what I heard.
It was one of those things like when you watch like The Last Chance, the Jordan documentary, it was one of those feelings like when I look at that documentary and look at Jimmy and what he did. So it was crazy.
That practice, what I remember, everyone saw what Derrick Rose said. He wrote a whole book about it. I guess Jeff Teague just talked about it. Someone told me.
I'm going to tell y'all what really happened. So we were at practice one day. Jimmy ain't came to no workout. So workout start in September, we don't see Jimmy. Jimmy decides to show up. We start training camp. He comes 3 days after training camp start. He comes in, Tibbs, he has his little thing he does. When he gets excited, his hands shake.
Tibbs, Tibbs start getting that shakes in there.
Like we all laughing. We like, boy, look at Tibbs, boy, that boy hype.
Jeff said that Tibbs like to shake when he's excited.
Oh, man, a shake getting him excited, boy, so.
We all think Jimmy about to practice. Like, Jimmy want a new contract. Jimmy want a new contract. We think Jimmy gonna practice. Jimmy ain't practice. Jimmy laying on there getting stretched out, getting massage while we running laps. We diving for loose balls. Tibbs said, we're gonna scrimmage. Jimmy hop up. I'm playing. Tibbs' hand go crazy. He like, starters, Jeff, Jimmy, Wig, Taj, Cat. Jimmy said, I ain't playing with them. Jimmy said, I'm playing with them. He picked the Bad News Bears.
And it was Jimmy, his boy from Marquette, Odom, another player. I don't remember. Sorry if I don't remember. 3 other guys who ended up, I think one of them actually ended up being a starter for us.
No offense, but everybody in there, they wasn't gonna make the team. All right, we play first game. Jump the ball. He's like, I got Cat. They ain't like each other. That gets real funny when they don't like each other. So they jump the ball. We throw it to Cat first play. Jimmy steal it. Come on, Cat, post his little ass up, man. He can't guard you, blah, blah, blah. Jimmy like, fuck out of here. He trash.
I know we had a moment where we was arguing with each other. He said some shit, but I took the approach of a wise man. A wise man says nothing at all. But I wasn't raised to disrespect nobody. I'm not a disrespectful kind of man. So
we keep throwing to Cat. Cat finally scored. He too little. I'm like, yeah, Cat, talk to that mother. Man, he ain't nothing. Da-da-da.
I said some shit back.
Steal the ball again. They go down and score. Jimmy start talking to the GM. Everybody in the gym. Y'all better mother effing pay me. I'm like that. I'm like, he is nuts. Boy, they go on this 10-0 run. They dunk and hit threes. Jimmy ain't scored at all. He just stealing the ball and passing to people, getting assists, just playing the right way. But he like doing everything.
Well, he literally guarded everybody and locked them up. The most I think the other team scored was like 4 or 5. And he was just a dog. He didn't score at all. He didn't score one bucket. We want to see guys actually talk. And he came in there and he did what he said he was going to do.
They ended up winning the game. I think they got a last-second shot to go in.
They win. They beat us like 18-6, right?
And then I remember the whole thing happened when he's screaming at the people and everything. Y'all need me, walks off.
Y'all think that team can win without me? I'm him. Pay me. Pay me. Mind you, he ain't took off his Jordan warm-up yet, right? He finally takes it off.
I really cared about that shield, that logo we all wear in the NBA.
He got the Timberwolves shirt on, but he cut the Minnesota outfit, so it's just chest.
I wasn't going for that. I pulled Jimmy to the side, we talked, and then...
He like, I just beat them with the G Leaguers. This is your starters? So now I'm laughing. I'm still crying, laughing, but I'm like, hold on, he talking about me. So we turned up. We all on sideline. Yeah, hey, come on, let's go. Yeah, we talking crazy. Jimmy just darts to the locker room. Yeah, and we all run the locker room like, Jimmy, bring your ass back out here. We want to play again. Jimmy gone. Jimmy gone. Jimmy at home. And we had practice for like another hour. We all showering. We go in the locker room, ESPN pop up, Rachel Nichols and Jimmy Butler on TV. We like, what the He like, yeah, I just killed them at practice and I think they all good players. We like, what? Hold on. I can't make this up, bro. He came and killed us and dipped on y'all and did an interview at home. One of the most iconic moments I ever been a part in basketball, bro. How you set up an interview knowing you about to kill?
I forgot that you was a part of that too.
He's goated for that. I always felt like Jimmy was goated for that.
For sure.
How would you describe what happened today?
A lot of it is true, but you gotta think, I haven't played basketball in so long, and I'm so passionate, and I love the game, and I don't do it for any other reason except for to compete and go up against the best to try to prove that I can hang. So all my emotion came out at one time. Was it the right way to do it? No, but I can't control that when I'm out there competing. Like, that's my love of the game. That's raw me. Me at my finest, me at my purest, that's what you're gonna get. I think that I was honest. Was I brutally honest? Yes, but I think that that's the problem. Everybody's so scared to be honest with one another. If you didn't like the way that I handled myself, one of the players come up to me, somebody say something, anybody. I'm not gonna take it offense, it's not personal. Jimmy, you shouldn't have done that. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm passionate about it. I love the game and I love to win. And that's all I was out there doing, was competing, playing hard, doing what I'm supposed to do on the basketball court.
Knowing him and playing with him, Jimmy's all about hard work. He's all about getting better. He's all about team. And if he doesn't feel that from everybody, then he's already rubbed off the wrong way. You got to remember, Jimmy's a self-made superstar. He wasn't one that was prodigy as a kid and like knew what this was going to be. He made himself there. Even when he came to Chicago, he's a defender first. He got minutes by being a defender. So he respects the grind. I say that to say this. He respects the grind. He respects the game. He respects people that put the work in. And it's all about winning.
I think Jimmy Butler, first off, is a passionate player. You know, he cares, he plays really hard. He started from the bottom and he's worked his way up. I understand what he's trying to do, just the way that he's going about it might be like not so the best way to me.
Well, it's tough, and I understand from KG's standpoint, someone who's really in the face of that franchise for a long time. He's seen the success with Jimmy Butler be there, and now you see Jimmy Butler not be there, and you're going to see a team that's going to take a huge fall.
I'm on Jimmy's side. It's not coming from a place where he's going against an organization. Jimmy's a guy who his whole career has made it to the league off work, off him having to grind and scratch and claw and get to where he's at. And then he sees the potential that he has around him. And, you know, he just wants guys to match that.
They made a decision. They're going with Wiggins. They gave him a max deal. They gave Towns a max deal. They're not going to give Jimmy a max deal.
If you're going to pay these guys big money and they're paid a lot more than me, then how do you expect me to tell them what to do?
It's the principle.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you're going to pay these guys and I'm playing harder, hey, my hard play is as valuable as their talent. And I understand where Jim is coming from.
And we all know the record when he played last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they were one of the better teams in the Western Conference. He goes out, they drop, they almost missed the playoffs. So I think he made his point very clear today, and he did it in a very loud manner.
I wish everybody could have the mentality that I have, and like, I don't care what it is, I would just want to be the best. That's one thing that I still have to get better at every single day, to know that everybody doesn't think or doesn't want out of the game what I want out of the game.